My Hero Ultra Rumble is a free-to-play battle royale based on one of the biggest anime franchises out there, My Hero Academia. On the surface, it sounds like a great deal. You download the game, jump in, and start playing as some of your favorite characters without spending any money. But if you spent more than a little time with Ultra Rumble, you already know that the free-to-play part only goes so far. When you first download the game, you're only given access to a small handful of characters. The rest are locked behind progression systems and, more importantly, a gacha system. If someone like Overhaul is your favorite character, unlocking him isn't even really about skill or time. Each roll gives you less than a 0.1% chance of getting him, which means the game quietly pushes players towards spending real money if they want a specific character. Gacha systems are controversial for a reason, and a lot of players have real issues with how Ultra Rumble handles character unlocks. But some players take that criticism a step further. They don't just say the monetization is bad, they say the game is pay to win, that the characters locked behind tickets and rolls are straight up better than the ones you get for free. I for one wasn't completely sold on that idea though. New players actually get access to some pretty solid characters right away, and from my experience, skill still seems to matter more than what you have unlocked. So I decided to test it. My name's Yestermorn, and in this video I'm breaking down the entire roster into 3 different categories: free characters, character ticket characters, and role-only characters, and comparing which group actually has the strongest characters overall using community data. To do this, I collected rankings from 3 different character tier lists and combined them with my own rankings based on in-game performance. I averaged those results and gave every character in the game a score from 1 to 5. Then, I calculated the average score for each unlocked category. The goal here isn't to say every character is perfectly ranked, it's to see the overall trends and answer one question: which type of character is statistically the strongest? But before we look at the results, let's quickly break down how these 3 character groups work. The first group is free characters. Free characters require 0 spending from the player. This includes the characters you're given when you first start the game, as well as characters unlocked through the special license, a free permanent battle pass available to everyone. And between the starter roster and the special license, players have access to 12 completely free characters, which is a pretty decent portion of the overall roster. The second group is character ticket characters. These characters are unlocked using character tickets, which are purchased with Hero Souls. Hero Souls are earned by pulling duplicate items from rolls, so while the system involves a gacha, it's still partially free. With enough time and effort, it's not unusual for long-term players to unlock most of these characters for free. And the last category is role-only characters. These characters can't be unlocked with character tickets at all and are locked exclusively behind the gacha system. This means if you want a specific role-only character, there's no guaranteed way to get them. It's entirely up to luck, patience, or money. Okay, now that we understand each category, it's time to take a look at the results. But first, it's important to note that this video is being made during Season 14. The results for each character may not be accurate in future seasons, and the character ticket system is expected to change in the near future. But with that being said, coming in with the lowest average score are the character ticket characters, with an average score of 3.18 out of 5. This really didn't surprise me that much. Some of the weakest characters in the game fall into this group, and that drags down the average quite a bit. Twice, for example, is a character ticket unlock and ended up with the lowest average score in the entire roster at just 1.75. Characters like Assault Kirishima and Assault Kendo also ranked consistently low across tier lists, struggling to keep up with their newer variants. That said, this group isn't all bad. Aizawa was the standout here, earning a score of 4.5 and proving that strong characters do exist within the character ticket system. I think this group's lower average comes down to 2 main factors. First, most of these characters come from earlier seasons in the game, and many of them have since been outclassed by newer variants. Second, a lot of the characters in this group are simply less popular in the anime, which likely means they don't receive the same level of balanced attention as fan favorites do. The second strongest group ended up being the free characters, with an average score of 3.5. This group overall had a pretty wide spread. There are some weaker characters here like Assault All Might and Mount Lady, but they're also some of the strongest characters in the game. In fact, about 1/3 of the free roster scored at least 4 out of 5. Characters like Bakugo, Toga, and Shoto consistently ranked high across multiple tier lists. What's interesting is that all of these characters are completely free, but they're also some of the most popular characters in the franchise. Fan favorites bring players into the game, so it makes sense that developers would want to keep these characters strong, fun, and relevant in the meta. This brings us to the strongest group overall, the role-only characters, with an average score of 3.87. Even though this group has by far the largest number of characters in it, Rapid Hawks was the only one that scored below a 3. Honestly, there isn't a single outright bad character in this category. This is also the only group that includes perfect 5 out of 5 scores with characters like Strike Kendo and Armored All Might sitting at the very top. While this might sound concerning at first, it's also not very surprising. Ultra Rumble is a free-to-play game and it needs consistent revenue to justify ongoing development. The way it does that isn't by making free characters unusable, but by making paid characters a little stronger on average with higher ceilings and more consistency. So now we can finally answer the question, is My Hero Ultra Rumble actually pay to win? Well, looking at the data, there's no denying that role-only characters are stronger on average than free characters, but despite that, my answer is still no, the game isn't pay to win. Every unlocked category has genuinely strong characters. From the very start of the game, players are given access to competitive options like Rapid Ochaco, and with a bit of grinding, free-to-play players can also unlock powerful characters like Strike Shoto or Tsuyu Asui. At the end of the day, free-to-play players may have fewer options, but they aren't locked out of winning. Skill still matters far more than which characters you have unlocked. The gacha system can definitely be annoying at times, but in my opinion, it's not fair to call Ultra Rumble pay to win. That's going to be it for this video. Thanks for sticking around, and if you've enjoyed this breakdown, I'd appreciate it if you would like and subscribe. This is my first Ultra Rumble video, so any feedback is more than welcome. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.